Margrethe Kjærgaard, and I live in Denmark. I'm an illustrator, and I live on a small island in the Baltic Sea, where I have lived for the past 11 years. And we're sitting in my studio. I always did a lot of creative stuff with my mother. And, had a lot of music in my life. My mother is a music therapist, so I grew up like, I kept on playing when I was a child and having fun with expressing myself. And I grew up as a lonely child, and I think maybe that has affected me too, because I had a lot of spare time on my own. And so I started, digging into my drawing life. When I was young. Not a particular motivation, just a feeling that I had this feeling that this was something I was good at, or it gave me this satisfaction to work with drawing and painting and so on. And then after school I just kept on going to art school and so on. Well, this particular book, the whole project began 2 years ago. I was contacted, a little more than 2 years ago, I was contacted by a man who lives here on Bornholm, who works with old people who have Alzheimer's, and he helps the families with presenting some methods into how you can reconnect with the person who has Alzheimer's by showing them things from their past, from their childhood, and in that way they can wake up the memories and get them to talk, and you can connect again, although it's only like for a short moment. And this is a method that people use to survive in this life. For instance, in a marriage where one person is slowly slipping away, you can still have this connection and history together. And anyway, he has seen my work, some of my other books, and he was like, you have to draw this. And I immediately thought it was a great idea. And after a while I found the author, Bettina, and she completely jumped into the project with me. And we only had this subject, Alzheimer's or dementia, and from that we just began to brainstorm on what would it be fun to draw and who should be the main character. At first, in the beginning, the main characters were the old man and the old woman, but all of a sudden the child appears in the history, because it's a much better way to tell the story, of course. So it sort of came out of nothing, and during maybe 4 or 5 months correspondence between her and me, we just sort of got the story lined up, and I could begin my drawing work with this. When I begin a new project, well, I have, for all of my books they look very, very different. I really like that process. I like, making a book and feeling, okay, and now I can sort of figure out this universe, and then I get a new text or a new idea for a project, and I like to let everything go and just go along with this new idea, and the story tells me sort of in which direction I have to go. And I think it's interesting to explore new ways, even though in the beginning of a new project, it can be very frustrating and very tiring, because I don't know really what I'm doing, and I have to reinvent myself in a way. But I think that's the main thing that drives me as an artist, and to get a new perspective on how to communicate to children. Yeah, sort of, not a real hobby, but I after I moved here to Bornholm, I got a big garden, and especially the first year I was almost all the time in my garden, just digging and rearranging flowers and so on, and so I think, yeah, I would call it a hobby. It gives me so much satisfaction to just be outside, and it's very quiet and easy, and you can get things to grow. You get sort of grounded in that way. If you come back from work and it's like, annoyed about something that didn't work out as well, or in work, you can just step outside and relax. So that's what I do in my free time. Well, actually, I think my main inspiration is actually my own kids, because you watch them move around, I adapt some of their movements and the way they think, and so I think they have certainly been an inspiration for me. I'm very happy and very excited to show my work here in Korea, and I'm so glad. It's a very, very nice opportunity for me to get outside of Denmark, and I hope you like the book and the show.